Everyone, please welcome D.L. Byron.
Yeah! Guitar sound okay? The guitar okay? Could somebody bring me a glass of water, please? That'd be great.
Absolutely. Water.
Okay.
Come on in.
Everybody said I'd never get too far. I left them all behind so I could make my mark. The city streets ran cold, dark stories always told of cathedral bells and infidels and the secrets that they hold. The bishops and the knights agree to throw their weapons down. All the ancient prophecies are going underground, and kings and queens make promises that almost cost their crown, and they all fall down. I'm never really reaching for due diligence. Mostly I just chalk it up to experience. The night begins to creep, it howls me to sleep, and all my thoughts of innocence go drowning in the deep. The bishops and the knights agree to throw their weapons down. All the ancient prophecies are going underground, and kings and queens make promises that often cost their crown, and they all fall down. An emotion easily found. Eventually, it'll run the boat aground. Oh. I have no desire to hold a heavy heart. Like an actor on the stage, I always play my part. How reckless can I be when I can hardly see that all the things that mercy brings are coming back for me? The bishops and the knights agree to throw their weapons down. All the ancient prophecies are going underground, and kings and queens make promises that often cost their crown, and they all fall down. Yes, they all fall down. They all fall down. Just hoping that the O-rings fail. Such a lovely explosion, well that would look really swell. I'm camped out in a vacant lot in the middle of the old strip mall, waiting for the dancing girls, but they don't show up at all. I'm not trying to save anybody, I can barely save myself. I'm just standing on that fine line between heaven and hell. Yeah. I'm just a deer in the headlights, and eventually the axe will fall. Trials and tribulations are two things that affect us all. decide if we never get there. It's cause we're afraid of what we might find. I'm not trying to save anybody, I can barely save myself. I'm just standing on that fine line between heaven and hell. Yeah. At the table down on 26 Morningside Road, rolling up my shirt sleeves and praying that my heart does not show. I'm not trying to save anybody, I can barely save myself. I'm just standing on that fine line between heaven and hell. No, I'm not trying to save anybody, I can barely save myself. I'm just standing on that fine line between heaven and hell. Yeah. Between heaven and hell. No, I'm not trying to save anybody. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, I got that out of the way. So we used to live on the Lower East Side, and on the Bowery actually, back when the Bowery was like really the Bowery. You know, bums and hookers, heroin, you know, flea bag bars.
Good old days.
Yeah, the good old days, yeah. And we had this third floor of a tenement building on Grand Street, right off the Bowery. And my wife and I came home after a night of partying and bar hopping and whatever. And we're like on the opposite corner, heading toward the building. And on the corner of Bowery and Grand, it was all cordoned off with police tape. And I looked over and there was a body under a sheet with like a head wound that had blood on it. And that just really like struck me. So, I mean, that's how serious the neighborhood really was. So I went home and wrote this. Midnight has broken and fractured the sky. No one is escaping the Bowery tonight. In this part of the city, the lamb and the lion lie down. And the merchants of misery move into the night and gather in places tucked away from the light. We stay undercover, we'll be alright. Cinderella and the man in the moon ran away together with the dish and the spoon. Speak their own language, the stories to tell. You can find them all at the Providence Hotel. And a face in the window that gazes outside to the place where the kings of humanity hide, where refugees rule and royalty wears no crown. And the garbage trucks move like the dinosaurs, marking their territory and keeping score. From my hotel room I can hear them roar. Cinderella and the man in the moon ran away together with the dish and the spoon. They speak their own language, the stories to tell. You can find them all at the Providence Hotel. Yeah! Nothing is sacred, nothing is real. Time is the only elixir that heals. When the masters and martyrs and memories fade away, and the swirling winds become tornadoes tonight, a tempestuous tourist is about to ignite. We're begging for mercy for the morning light. Yeah, Cinderella and the man in the moon ran away together with the dish and the spoon. They speak their own language, the stories to tell. You can find them all at the Providence. Cinderella and the man in the moon ran away together with the dish and the spoon. They speak their own language, the stories to tell. You can find them all at the Providence Hotel. Yeah, Providence Hotel.
I didn't even get out my set list. I gotta rush right into this, didn't I? This is a song about being grateful for the life we have. It's called Mantle of the Moon. Sorry.
The streets are all empty. Where has everyone gone? Where the poets just liars? Did they string us along? There's no food on the table, no wine in the glass. Never walk away hungry, just savor to the last. And oh, we dance in the night beneath the mantle of the moon. And oh, take some joy in this life which may leave us too soon. And if someone should ask you to just give it away, all your worldly possessions, well, what would you say? It's like the skill of an actor, but he's trying to look real, and the camera keeps rolling, but that kiss he barely steals. And oh, we dance in the night beneath the mantle of the moon. And oh, take some joy in this life, may leave us too soon. That the first shall be last, when all sins are forgiven and put in the past. But justice rings hollow, she is deaf, dumb and blind. Best depend on the mercies of the strangers that you find. And oh, we dance in the night beneath the mantle of the moon. And oh, take some joy in this life which may leave us too soon. And oh, we dance in the night beneath the mantle of the moon. And oh, take some joy in this life which may leave us too soon. just liars. Did they string us along?
Good job, David.
Okay, so when we were like young writers, staff writers, back in the day, I had friends who were working for other publishers, and we used to all like get together after hours, normally at the place that I work because I had more space there. And it was like a regular thing. People would get up and sing and exchange songs, and you know, we smoked a lot of weed and ordered pizza, drank beer. So people would just show up as regulars, basically. And there was one guy who actually wasn't a musician, but he worked at Atlantic Records. He was in the accounting department, and he had this friend Jeremy, who was an aspiring songwriter. So he would always show up with his friend Jeremy. His name was Richard. And one night, he showed up without Jeremy rather. And somebody said, "Hey, Rich, where's Jeremy?" And he said, Jeremy's dead. I'm like, what? He's dead? Yeah, he OD'd on Quaaludes. I'm like, oh my God, that's not good news. All right, so fast forward a few years, I'm with one of the guys in that room who became like writing partners. And we're out in LA working on a project. Staying at the Chateau Marmont, we had a nice big suite, had a kitchen and all this stuff. So we went to Ralph's on Sunset Boulevard to buy some groceries. And we split the list in half. He went one way, I went the other way. And I was walking down the aisle, and I see this guy. He's like got a can of Coke in one hand, and he's stuffing an apple into his right pocket. And he's like walking around like he's just in a stupor. And I looked at him and I go, shit, that's Jeremy. So I ran and got my friend Benny. I said, Ben, you gotta come here. And he said, what? I said, just come on. So I grabbed him and we went down the aisle and I said, look at that guy. That's Jeremy. He goes, Jeremy's dead, man. No, he's not. He's right there. Oh, wow. So we walked up to him and he was like, hey, what are you guys doing here? It's like totally downed out. And it was just a mess. He was stealing, putting stuff in his pockets. So we bought him a bunch of food and drove him to like a really shitty place in town, like a studio with a mattress on the floor. It just smelled like urine. And we got back to New York later, and we tried to like put some money together between a bunch of friends and get him back to the coast. It just didn't really pan out. But anyway, this is the story of Jeremy.
I give you 40? Yeah.
Look, see that man in the grocery line? He steals twice as much as he pretends to buy. His eyes are red with illusion he's lived before. The clerk says 234, and he's lucky if he finds the door. Oh, Jeremy sleeps with his 12-string guitar, with his heart in the window, and his dreams in a jar. See him stumbling on the sidewalk, the police drag him in. He's a changed man by Friday, and he's on the street again. You see, it's funny, it looks like someone I used to know. I tried tracing my mind, but the memory goes. And time had a way of healing his open wounds. Now he's living in an empty room. Is he alive or just out of tune? Oh, Jeremy sleeps with his 12-string guitar, with his heart in the window, and his dreams in a jar. See him stumbling on the sidewalk, The police drag him in. He's a changed man by Friday, and he's on the street again. Oh, Jeremy sleeps with his 12-string guitar, with his heart in the window and his dreams in the jar. See him stumbling on the sidewalk. The police drag him in. He's a changed man by Friday, and he's on the street. He's on the street. Yes, he's on the street again. He's on the street. Okay. I don't know if you know that. Well, no, you don't know the story. So, I only wrote one song in 2015, which was kind of unusual for me. And I'll do this now, actually, because it works better. It's a quick thing. I was adopted right after birth. And I was told by my adoptive mother around age 8 that my birth mother had died in childbirth, which was like, you know, I'm adopted, okay, and I killed my mom, kind of. So I carried that with me for a long time. And in the late 90s, I actually found her and 7 sisters. So that was kind of, you know, great and unusual. So I had a lot of years with my birth mother. It was really great. But she passed away in 2015, a few months after I wrote the song. And when I wrote the song, it just came out. It came through me and was just suddenly there. And I didn't really understand what it was about. And then when she passed away, I did. So I'm going to play it for you now. Sometimes I get a worried mind, but I just can't break through. It's unkind for me to cross that line and lay the blame on you. 'Cause I know when you're here with me, everything's alright. Your bright eyes, they reflect my soul when darkness fills the night. So come and take my hand, we'll let the world go by, and we'll sing Amazing Grace, and we'll dancing in the sky. So come and take my hand, we'll let the world go by, and we'll sing Amazing Grace, and go dancing in the sky. When you're young, you might never dream that your time would end. It's so wrong when precious moments stray with no love to lend. People change like the seasons do. Nothing stays the same. And that's why it's right that you should know that I still feel the flame. So come and take my hand, we'll let the world go by, and we'll sing Amazing Grace, and go dancing in the sky. them back in place. When the world seems to turn away, I'll say these words that time can't erase. So come and take my hand, we'll let the world go by. We'll sing Amazing Grace and go dancing in the sky. So come and take my hand, we'll let the world go by. We'll sing Amazing Grace and go dancing in the sky. Amazing Grace and go dancing in the sky.
I'm going to move over to the piano. I'm nervous tonight. I don't know why, but like,
You're among friends, my
yeah, I know. I don't get it. Time to love and let love go. My best laid plans amount to nothing if I can't let my feelings show. So I've opened up this heart of mine, and I just wanted you to know that if I split the difference between loving you and not having you at all, yes, if I split the difference between loving you, what would I do? That emptiness deep inside me felt like an old friend that I knew, but it was best to say goodbye, you see, to make some room for loving you. And that old friend that I depended on would have never gotten me through, 'cause if I split the difference between loving you and not having you at all, yes, if I split the difference between loving you, what would I do? My world would fall. So many lives in one lifetime, and it's so hard to see the past behind. If I split the difference between loving you and not having you at all, yes, if I split the difference between loving you, what would I do? My world would fall if I split the difference between loving you and not having you at all. Yes, if I split the difference between loving you, I'd have nothing. If you'll allow me a little bit of shameless promotion.
Absolutely.
Everybody has a book these days. Everybody's written a book. Guess what? I have a book.
Yay!
It's called Shadows of the Night, and it's titled after the song that I wrote back in the 80s that was made famous by Pat Benatar. Sold lots of records and won a Grammy for her. For her! So anyway, for her! But the song is, the book is about my adoption trauma and my, finding my mother and my 7 sisters. So I'll read you a little tag thing here. How one man survived the trauma of adoption, the snares of the music business, and found his birth mother and 7 sisters. So find that on Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com.
And it's a great read.
So I'm going to try to muddle through that song for you right now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a cold world for the restless and the young. They say slow down, it's a showdown, but our time will surely come. The hungry hunter, he makes his laws with the barrel of a gun. We're running through the shadows of the night. Well, come and take my hand, we'll be alright. And if I have to stand alone and fight, I will win in the end. And I'm so tired of hearing lies, how our friends misspent your youth. Now they get old, they stay at home with their Valiums and vermouth. You know we gotta make a life somewhere, we gotta get out of this trash. We're running through the shadows of the night. So come and take my hand, we'll be alright. If I have to stand alone and fight, I will win in the end. To live in this world, we're going in. Come and take my hand, we'll be alright. And if I have to stand alone and fight, I will win in the end. We're running through the shadows of the night. Come and take my hand, we'll be alright. If I have to stand alone and fight, I will win in the end. Thank you so much.
Amazing. DL is going to do an encore for us, everyone. All right, and then stick around for comedy afterwards. Welcome to August Laura and the Wild Side Lounge. My name is Val, and thank you so much for attending this first Art Acoustic Invitational featuring D.L. Byron. Yay.
Yeah, good job, David.
Okay, so when we were living on Grand Street, there was a restaurant on the corner of Bowery and Grand called Moish's, and it was like the greatest place to go for breakfast. You get egg creams there, you know, latkes, all that stuff. And there was an older woman who worked as a waitress in there. She was kind of crusty, you know, but she was nice enough. Old Irish woman. And I realized eventually that she was like our next door neighbor because we had the third floor, which was the top floor of this tenement. And I would go up on the roof, we all would, and you know, we'd barbecue and hang out. And the building next to us, she had the apartment just above our roof line. And so sometimes she, you know, she would open the window and talk to me and stuff. I forgot her name. Do you remember her name? Marcia. There you go. Anyway, I went up there one day, excuse me, and like some of her windows were broken, and I couldn't figure out what happened. And oddly enough, I never saw Marcia again.
Rough neighborhood at that time.
Really rough.
Oh my God.
So I kind of wrote this song for her. It's called Wonderland. Hello?
Is that how it goes?
Alice went underground today. She stumbled and lost her way. Her cup was empty and her world so unkind. Wild Irish rose helped her make up for lost time. Where is a Wonderland tonight? Where is the place I love that makes me feel so right? Where all my worries will take flight in Wonderland tonight. She knows it's hard to understand emotions far exceed the plan, and those rough edges never smooth out as they should. No matter how she tries, it comes to no good. Where is a Wonderland tonight? Where is the place I love that makes me feel so right? Where all my worries will take flight in Wonderland tonight. And over again I say, take her to Wonderland. Someday, somehow, she'll find her way back home, but for now, take her to Wonderland tonight. Back to the place she loves that makes her feel so right. For all her worries will take flight in a Wonderland. Where is Wonderland tonight? Where is the place I love that makes me feel so right? Where all my worries will take flight in Wonderland tonight. Wonderland. Thank you so much.
All right, DL.
Okay.
DL Byron, everybody.
How do you use it, man?
Yes,
I think he's earned at least one adult beverage. What do you think? Okay, thank you, DL. Thank you so much, Leslie, Tommy Price, Stephanie Price,
forgot
Michael McHugh.
The best drummer in the world is here, Tommy Price.
Yeah, Tommy Price. All right, Charlie Crespo's in the house. All right, we are the not so rich and definitely shameless. Yeah, and we love having live music in New York City. So please come back to our next event, which will be March 7th, right here in the Wild Side Lounge at August Laura. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, everyone here.